Hello and welcome to Cherry Hills. We are just sort of hovering over field 2 and looking down at field 1. We finished in our previous episode the work on field 1 to extend it out. As you can see, it goes off there to the edge. And whilst looking at that, I kind of figured we might want to sort of play around with field 2. You can see this is field 2 from the air, and what I was thinking is taking this edge here that we're looking down at, moving it right down to that tree line, and then taking it across and sort of squaring that off, but just to essentially make the bottom of the field completely straight without a kink in it. Essentially thought to just lose a little bit more off the bottom of the field again. So where those trees kind of finish on the edge there, we would in effect cut across and square off the field. So that's kind of, and that's what we're going to do this time. We actually cleared out off camera all the trees that were there in preparation for this. So that kind of line there was a whole bunch of trees, so we've cleared those up to this point here, and essentially that tree line is going to be the line. I actually might take a couple more off thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to cut a couple more off, take them back a little bit further. We kind of have a hard stop because effectively we want to turn, we want a nice kind of turning zone at the base, and we don't want to end up in this pond here. So kind of this tree here is kind of the point at which we want to be thing. So anything to the right of that tree can probably go. So let's drop down. So yeah, anything to at this point to the right. So those there's 4 trees there, and there's a couple there. So let's just quickly grab the piston billy, and we will use that to just annihilate some trees. That's all. So in effect, just want to turn that on. So we lower that, turn it on, turn it on. Stump cutting, wood crushing. I do love that. It tells you what you're doing. You're basically crushing and stumping wood. That is annoyingly, it's done this a couple of times. When we're clearing the wood, we actually use the piston billy to do the wood clear. We did this before, and it does this on occasion, but it has a weird cut on this. Let's do it again. Oh, damn it. So hold on, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Where's the chainsaw? We have to kind of, it's all about angles with these things, and there's some weird angle arrangement things going on. We'll have to take that. I think we're going to have to use the other stump cutter for that. So let's try and do these 4 trees here. Basically, if it does that, I know I'm going to be able to cut it easy. Some of these trees, if it doesn't do that straight away with this thing, then it's going to basically mess up. No, I'm going to cut it. It's weird, it's all about the angle. You've got to take the tree at the right point. Move forward a little bit and it'll take it. Let's try this one again. It's basically well, the stump cutter's not on, so fit. That's not cutting it. So this is the issue we have. Sometimes the stump crusher works and the thing doesn't. All about the angle, place of attack. This is going to cut that and then we turn that on. Basically. Try this guy here for cutting and crushing. I have to kind of move a bit forward. There we go. We will have to remove all these trees at some point, because basically what we'll have to do is we'll kind of have to move to just before the thing line, but essentially that is what's that number, please? So let's see if we can get rid of him. Effectively, that's doing the stump cutting, and it's got it. Okay, let's just pop him here. We should have enough now. Now, as you can see, we've got the. We're going to go over field 9, and we're going to essentially see we've got that there. So let's just get into him. What I'm going to do is just want to get whoa. This is actually field 19. So what we can do is we can go through this, because it's essentially field 19, so it gives us an idea where the lines are. So that's kind of the finishing point that we'll go to, because that's kind of the highest point actually. So because this is the, what do you call it, field, it's a field already, so we're not making a new field at this point. We can essentially just use that. This is a bit messy, but this is fine for the moment, because we're just using this to kind of get our guide on. We will clean this up as we shape things. This is basically just giving us an indication. You can see we've got, we have in effect, and I'm going to create field now. So this is the point. We'll create this. We'll tidy this up in a minute when we get to the edge. In essence, we're just straightening this. I'm going to left here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go back. Now the reason why I'm going to go back, I'm just actually going to extend this over a bit. I do actually want it a little bit further down, so I'm going to move this over. Yep, that's fine. And we'll turn that on too. We'll drop that down. So we will, this is the far edge. And now you can see that's the tree we kind of wanted to kind of end at. And we'll keep going. We see we have some trees we kind of need to cut, and we'll do those. Make a big mess of those. Oops. That is probably not the best place to put that. It does show us actually that we do have a bunch of trees over here we need to remove. So effectively I'm going to cut these using this chainsaw. It makes it a little bit easier. We will just pick them up with the stump grinder and the piston belly. So that is the end. I mean, that is the end of the tree line. See, we're basically, it is a bit of pretty much a poorly planned operation. Last time we did this, we planned it to the T, but this is kind of an ad hoc thing. I really only kind of thought about doing this earlier on. I really just wanted to kind of get this done because I was looking at ploughing that field too, and it was a case of could really do with tweaking it a little bit before we go and plough it. I wanted to get that ploughed as soon as possible. So this is kind of that quick, let's get this done kind of thing. So we've got those trees. We will go through this and we'll clear them out and get a bit more space. Let's pick them up with the piston billy, and then we will basically properly lift that off the tractor there. We do need to turn this around, so basically just need to okay, we do need there we go. Well, that's out of the way. The thing about doing them by hand is literally, it just means you just come up to them, pick them up, grind them. More likely to be a successful stump cut, stump grind with and pre-cut like this. As we're doing this one's one cut, because okay. Okay, that's good. So we're opening things up. So we will play with this and we'll clean it, make this nice and clean. But essentially, that's all we needed to do, is to kind of open this up. So need to move forward. We'll do this from the top. I think we've got that. Just lift that up. We will basically just redo this because obviously we needed to connect them up, but that was essentially just our basic initial cut. We will switch this around now and do this from this point. And we have to go back quite a way actually to get this just right. No, we just need to go all the way down now to the bottom bit. Hopefully we won't hit a tree. But we've essentially combined these two fields. What we will do is we'll take the roller to the left edge as you see it, so that we can effectively just, there we go. We've in effect created our field now. We'll just essentially complete this by going up here, and so we've got quite a bit of that field. So I'm just going to do a couple of, so I'm going to grab the roller once I'm done, and I'll just do a couple of these. I'll do the rest of this off camera. We're going to do a couple of these lines because effectively what we'll do with the roller is we will straighten off that edge. Now there is one thing I want to do, and it's over here, is I'm going to go up here with this. Because I'm going to straighten the top piece of this as well. This curls at the top and is actually kind of a rounded out corner. So I'm going to straighten this off as well. As you can see, it kind of curves in. So part of this is going to be straightening that off. Hopefully we won't have too many trees and we can go forward. If we do have too many trees, then we may kind of rethink. Oh, that's really close to the edge. I'm gonna do this like this, actually. And then this was actually nipped in as much. It doesn't look like on the PDA. That's actually a little bit further in than I thought it would be. I will attack this with the piston belly in a minute. So because in effect, to do what I want to do, I do need to move a few trees from there as well. Yeah, this is intriguing. I realised this actually was the thing. I was straightening that out anyway. It's all straight down there until we get to the bottom. That's good. What we are going to do next. It's GPS mod. It doesn't like it when you go at speed. Okay. So we are good there. We're actually good all the way along, so let's, I can't remember where I put it. I actually had it a little while ago. Oh, it's up here somewhere. So it's actually, here is our, I was doing some tidying up on field 10 as well, off camera. Tweaked that a little bit in a sense because I squared off an edge. So we'll take this down, and what we'll do is we will cut the bottom off, set ourselves up to cut the bottom off. Effectively we'll straighten out the bottom edge of that field all the way across. We'll also, and we're going to just do that as we come down, so effectively what I need to do is I need to start in kind of start here almost. Just move that across to the centre. That should be fine. So basically I'm just going down here, and this is going to basically put a break in the field 19 that we cross. So remember, we're crossing field 19 as we come down here. And so what we're doing here is just putting a break, and we will essentially, there we go, we're actually now just erasing the join. Not very wide, but we'll do two. We're going to go to bottom here. We'll need to sort of loop around. And so we'll basically do this twice. We'll go all the way up again. Basically what we're doing is just erasing field. Hopefully this should remove join in the field. We'll go all the way up again. what are we doing? We're just we're just trimming out this thing. I think we're actually way away from the edge at this point anyway. And then we'll do another again. Go back down. And this will basically just straighten out the edge, so we're cutting the field off. Essentially, the field, what was field 19, now is now properly cut off from the new field 2. And when we get to this point, we should, and this is the point at which we're getting to. This is the actual thing. I'm hoping that's worked. As I thought it would. So we can do that, and then we'll just nip across the bottom of the field, the bottom of there, and we'll just tidy up the edge, and then we'll go right across to, and then basically we will essentially cut off that section off the bottom of 2 as well. I am concerned we have a tree in the way. This is only a 3 metre wide rather, so it is not very wide. That will do. So in the process I'm going to essentially even out the bottom of the field by doing this. Essentially all this stuff just gets evened out. Very nice, not straight edge, but a mostly straight edge. Hopefully we won't. Ooh. Okay. This was our guide tree, by the way. Unfortunately, it's in the way. Just grab the piston billy. Okay, that's gone. Drop that there. We can let that go. So we're not doing things. We're going to lose a little bit off this field, but what we lose, we gain back by the section that we've kind of redone at the moment here. We'll take the piston billy up the top of the field as well shortly, and we'll kind of cut up some of those trees. Once we've done this, I think once we've done this line, we will draw the episode to a close. This is essentially our second little reshape on field 2. It's basically tweaking field 2, so we have a little squarer thing. Whoa! And what's going on here? Crap. Damn it. I don't know why, but we came off thing there. Oh well. I don't know why, but we literally... it's not an issue. Well, it is an issue because we wanted to make this uniform, and of course we haven't. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Started to drift, which is weird. It shouldn't do that because it was on track. So I'll be going back anyway. What I might actually do is go back on the right and cut it off that way, and it means that basically it's all evened up and straight. So we do lose that, but it's fine. It's almost like it's another little mini field actually. So I'm just going to pull this a little bit. Whoops, what happened there? Oops, I miskeyed. Now that will basically do. Oops, yeah. I'm going to do this all the way to the end, partly because it fixes that little screw up, or it should do, and kind of gives us a little bit more leeway. It's not a huge amount of extra lost, but once we've kind of cleared this bit off, I'll finish the rest off camera. So we've got all this stuff on the right that will need to be reverted to grass, and then we have all that big section over there that you can see on the left at the top of the screen. That will all need to be converted to field, and essentially to this field, and then we have a whole bunch of stuff to do at the top. So this isn't not a straightforward task. Not as much as I thought it was going to be, so we're probably going to do this over a couple of episodes and maybe a bunch off camera. But all in all, this is essentially the field 2 reshape and finalised before we kind of are happy with that. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of our Cherry Hills series, please hit the subscribe button. Obviously we have our American Outback series, which is still running, and we'll have some map reviews and such like over the coming days. I will be doing, and I'll probably do it in a day or so, a kind of a rundown of the contest winners for the mod contest. Basically, the results are in. They're posted to the mod contest website. I have had a look at them. I have got to figure out how I'm going to just do the kind of review of them. I am not quite sure what I am going to do with them just yet. The best map category is going to be fairly straightforward, because we've done them already. We've reviewed them all, but the other stuff, I need to kind of figure out what I'm going to do with those. So with that, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you all next time.